I'm going to draw the, I'm going to kind of draw the reading. My 2 hours is done. And now we have an hour of reaction. If you are watching me and you have possibly been with me for the past hour or the hours, that line on your screen, that number on that screen is yours to dial. And you can call in and then make your own, your contribution, so to say. So we will stop here today and we will continue tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone who has been here. And yes, it is also my last tea break. So last tea break. And yes, again, we have established how the division that all of us are now suffering in Nigeria, the Igbo this, Yoruba that, Christian this, Muslim that, and every other biases and prejudices that we do have against ourselves, every other bias or prejudice. We now know those who planted them. And we now know why they chose criminals, rogues, questionable characters to hand over Nigeria to. Because the purpose is to ensure that we will remain perpetually colonized. We will pretend to give them independence. Well, yeah, there is no real independence per se. Somebody's asking what's the title? Yeah, the title is this: A Fatherless People, the secret story of how the Nigerians missed the road to the promised land. So we have this here today, and yes, the line is going to be opened for every one of us who might want to say or contribute to this. Thank you. So any one of us who might want to contribute to this, I'm sorry for those who are on TikTok, there is no number there for you to call. I couldn't put that up, okay? But there is one right there on the screen on Facebook. So let's take this. Hello there.
Hello, my good dinner.
Hello.
Good evening.
How are you today, Baba?
I'm very fine. How are you and your wife, your kids?
We thank God, and thanks for asking.
Yeah, we bless God too over here. Yeah, I've been following your readings, Mayego. You are not too fast. I know you are trying to catch up with your time. I know, so that you can be able to come back again later in the evening.
You get the drift, Baba.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, my contribution is, this is pure history.
Yes.
Almost more, like, this is my first time of hearing so many things coming out from you, from that book. And I try as much as I can to pay attention always, not to be distracted, because it's good. At least we know how Nigeria was created and how everything was created also.
Like when people say, how did we get here?
Yeah.
How did we become this kind of people? Well, if you are pretending that you didn't know before, and here is some documented factual evidence on the journey to this place today.
Yes, like many will say, the news that was trending yesterday on Facebook by Instablog, that a man in Abia State, police, after wasting his time, and his paper was complete, everything was complete, So Nigeria way now, they told him, okay, since the paper is complete, just give us something for fuel. So the man, out of annoyance, because they wasted his time, he's going for an occasion, a father of 2 kids. So the corporal in the front shot him dead instantly.
Right there. I saw that.
Just because of the man said we will not give them a dime because they wasted his time. And his papers were complete. So the corporal shot him dead instantly for no place. Just because of 100 naira, because of 100 out of his own money. So why am I saying this? Under the post on Instagram, Instablog, people were just commenting, how did we get here? I was telling them, it's not a matter of how did we get here. It's time for the youth to arise, defend yourself. You know, okay, let's assume that the police people that shot that young man dead now, maybe there are like 5 or 6 in that unit. But we have youth over there, like 100 of youths. What action did they take? What action did Nigerian youth take instantly there? If the youth come together,
Nigerians that will being assaulted by police, and then they will just look away, or they will form a cycle. They couldn't do anything. Let me tell you my own experience yesterday. Talking about what you saw on Instablog, like you said. Okay, this time a man was a video of a man came on Twitter, X, right? This man was shaking like that because you know something. They were traveling from Ibadan, or they are traveling from Ilorin to Ibadan. Some between the way, Shasha, their bus broke down. So the van they are traveling in broke down. So the driver, according to the report, went to go and try and get someone to come and fix the car and they can continue the journey. So while all of them were waiting, the passengers there, the man sat in the front, it was like that. And then they didn't know what to do. Nigerians have no idea. What should we do? We don't have a clue. Should we do CPR? They have no idea. So one of them just made the video and posted it online. So from online, people now started advising them. That person could be suffering from a stroke. He may be suffering from, he may actually be going through, what do you call it?
They are too dumb.
So what you need to do right now, take off his seat belts and gently lower him and place him on the ground and place him on his side. Practically place him on his left side. I was reading all of this, so Baba, now so I learned a lot about if anything I need to help people in the emergency now. I don't learn more. But anyway, the point here is this, right? This person was having an emergency breakdown. And they had no clue of what to do. And there was no way they could phone in an ambulance and say, ambulance should come and get him. The FRSC that are patrolling the expressway, they had no emergency, whatever with them, okay? They have no ambulance on the highway as well. So, Baba, for hours, until they carried the man and finally got him somewhere, and they said, the man is no longer responding. Cut the long story short, that man died yesterday. This happened just yesterday, okay? So a lot of people now started reacting. Which kind of country is this? What kind of a country is this? You see, some were even saying that man that died may actually be a well-to-do person who just never had the chance of checking his health because of the kind of country he lives, right? He may even be somebody with so much money. But that time where Nigeria is about to happen, where simple medical attention could have saved his life, yes. He died. A lot of people saw that yesterday. That's Nigeria. And his own children, his family, they just have to live with the loss now. That somebody went out and he died in the bus.
Nigeria is just in Nigeria. Let me tell you one thing. One thing in Nigeria is that your life is not guaranteed in Nigeria.
No, can be taken.
Your life is not guaranteed. Yes. It can be maybe on the bus traveling from one state to another, then from the bridge, one truck will just fall on your bus. You know, anything can happen.
You maybe flying bullet. Your shop. When you are still lamenting, say no sales, no sales. If you tell you right there, trailer feel losing brake from the motor from the expressway, knock your entire shop. Maybe they call it carry. You know what I mean? Like people just you may even be working on your own, no, minding your business. So trailer don't fall from a bridge.
Yes.
Anything can happen. You may just be going on your own, facing your life and say, this country no go kill me. The next thing, they will tell you, say, ooh, one tanker don't spill its content. So some people don't go there, go to scoop fuel. and it don't explode. Though.
Yeah.
Anything can happen to you in that place.
Anything can happen to you.
And I tell people that these are things that don't happen to people elsewhere anyhow.
No.
Like,
Yes.
it happen, people can die. I mean, people die all over the world. But show normal. People die. We know now. People die every now and then. But what kind of death is this?
Imagine a man with 2 kids. He shot him dead with complete paper.
Very young man. I saw the picture. I saw it. I saw the news.
Yeah. My this history. See, like, what I learned is that this Azikiwe bowed down too much for the British. He bowed down too much for them.
Then get
he bowed down too much.
You see, if to say then no bow, I don't know. If he no bow, history of Azikiwe we are reading today. I don't know. History of Azikiwe you are reading today would have been an history of somebody who was supposed to be a great man, but he was corrupt and they jailed him. Do you understand? So
yes,
that would have been the history of Azikiwe. They would have told you that man was a man that would have become
too much.
But he ended up changing the course of the history of generations. All for that.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much, man. Meanwhile, our last conversation about the support from this platform for your family, people are already making suggestions that, in as much as we all know that we can't, I mean, if we do it now, are we going to do it next time again? There should be something called a temporary, support, and then a long-term real support as well, okay? So I'm going to say, just give me time to figure all this out, because you know how things work on this platform, right? I usually wait and see the reaction of our people to things like this. Once the reaction comes in a way that I know that they want this done, I will come up with an idea on how to make something happen this week, okay? Something will happen this week. Just take it easy and keep holding on, man.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Even my wife is listening.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
You have a good one, okay?
All right, thank you.
Cheers, man.
God bless you.
Nice one. I have another caller. Here, hello there.
Hello, dear Baba.
Baba, how you doing? Martinelli. Now, when Marty calls, I think this broadcast, this reading, sort of hits you differently. That since we've started, you've never really missed it, I believe.
Baba, there's absolutely no way I will miss it. You know why? You see the first book you read, the
Why We Struck.
That book, I know the book is something I read when my dad has a copy. So I have a copy in my house in Nigeria. So I know I'm very familiar with that one. And the fact that that particular book was not very popular in our generation.
Baba, they don't write the book since 1981. This is my first time of seeing it and first time of reading it.
Wow. You see, that alone is for me.
So they kept all of them away. They are making us read all the junks, nonsense that has nothing to give us purpose at all, for a reason.
Baba, you see, now, knowing what I know now, although it's taking me a long
lot
time.
In you.
Yeah, God bless you. It's like it's just bringing back memories of, my experiences when I was growing up in comparison to what I read in all those books. So everything just started, making sense, when you look at the trajectory that Nigeria is headed. Everything starts to make sense when you revisit the history of
it's like the history is repeating itself. All you have to do is just put all those characters we are reading and calling their names in this book now, right? Just start putting some characters that you see today. Start putting them in the picture. It's going to be perfect. Like it's all replaying itself.
God bless you.
It's so easy.
That in itself alone should make people understand that you see this whole thing, like the way Nigeria is set now, like it's not new. It's a template that was written by the imperialists, it wasn't like it's not a fluke. It's not something that yeah,
Yeah, you can say, okay, or maybe it's a coincidence,
it
or
was
maybe
example.
it happened by accident. No, it's
No,
not a
no, no,
creation of
no, no,
accidents.
no,
It's a
no.
meticulous
It's
plan.
not. God bless you, Mayuku. Everything that happened was meticulously planned. It was a plan that was hatched. People sat down, people discussed, and they agreed that, you know what, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna tell them this, we're gonna tell these people this, we're gonna make these people believe this, we're gonna allow these people to do this, just to achieve what we want. And that's exactly what has happened.
It is. And you know what I also heard, right, Baba? From their plan, just like as we have read in this history, right, that from slavery to abolition of slavery to introduction of colonialism, then from removal of colonialism to post-colonialism, giving them independence, right? Then imperialism and all of that continues. Do you know that the British, they know that Nigeria is going to break up, Sha?
They know.
They initially, what they wanted was that they wanted, after independence, right? They wanted at least 100 years influence in Nigeria. But they never believed that it's going to last that long. Even right now, majority of them in their own foreign policies here, those who are still alive, who are aware of what happened then, they never believed that Nigeria will last this long, ever.
It's an experiment. That
they still don't believe their luck, that country is still existing.
That is still exactly.
They do not believe their luck.
And that itself is what makes them look at us in a very funny way. That you, these people, so despite all what we planned out for you people, despite all we've done for you
like
people,
everything you talk, say you know. For everything you think you know.
never subdue yourself all this while. And you people that they claim say una get sense. We don't take una head. We've been jamming your heads together for centuries. And you people say you know that you are jamming your heads together, but you people still cannot stop jamming your heads together. Now, you people have devised a means of using your heads to jam yourselves together to your own benefit. Because right now, the template of the imperialists is what our own misleaders, our own ruiners are using against us now. This has nothing to do with the imperialists anymore now. The imperialists, they've done their own and they've taken a back seat. If our misleaders, if they had the will, if they had the intentions of moving their people forward, they will take that template, rip it apart, sit down, discuss another template to benefit the people. But they are not doing so because they don't want it. No. Unless the people themselves come together, because the majority wants the betterment for people.
Yes.
The people that are ruining Nigeria now, the ruiners of Nigeria, they are just the minority. We've said it here over and over again. If you count these people together, they are not even up to 1 million. They're not rich.
They're not rich.
So you are telling me that 1 million people will determine the fate of 250 million people, or whatever, how many million, if we are even up to that.
Using their own numbers now.
Yeah. Like I always say, some people say, oh, Nigeria has a long way to go. But then you only have a long way to go when you actually have a destination.
That's when you have a destination that you can tell if it's a long way. Where is the destination of Nigeria?
When you have a destination, then you plot how long it will take you to get to your destination. But in the case of Nigeria, we don't. And why don't we have a destination? Because we don't even know how we got to where we are today. The majority of the people don't have an idea of why Nigeria is where it is today. When you tell the average Nigerian about all this, what you're talking about now, what you're reading this book now, when you tell Nigeria, when you give them excerpts from this book and you tell them about facts, about history recorded, you give them like quote unquote what these people said when they said it, people will still argue with you. they will still tell you,
Because they have
that
something,
one
they have something they have ingrained in their brain. So telling them not to believe those lies anymore, or those craps anymore, is a battle that a lot of people they are ready to die. No, that's what we believe. I don't believe that.
But
it's so
unfortunately, if you don't believe that history, if you don't believe
it's
that
not
fact,
even about what anybody believes. It's about what happened, right? And if you choose to ignore it, then we can say at least it's a choice. You can't pretend ignorance of not knowing. You get what I mean?
It will just keep repeating itself over and over again. And
that's it.
Like we say, it is only a mad person that will keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, and expect a different result. It's only a mad person.
They even said, so, they even quoted it in the health journal, right? They say the symptoms of lunacy is doing the same thing again and again,
over
and
over
expecting
again.
a different result. It's there in the medical journal. I read it.
And no wonder why these people, they look at us like, mentally insane people. They look at us like we are mentally unstable, because even they can't believe that the whole arrangement has
lasted this long, man.
Really? They can't believe.
They can't.
They cannot believe. But again, until our people wake up to the reality, until our people wake up to the fact of the matter,
we can keep going in circle, man. Thank you so much, Martinelli.
Maegu, I cannot thank you enough on behalf of all the true members of the Temple of Truth. Thank you for taking the time to do this. We really appreciate you. No worries, God bless you, family. Thank you very much.
Nice one, man. Thank you so much as well, Martinelli. I just lost her. Okay, I have another caller. Let's take this. Hello there.
Hello, Margot. Good morning.
Good morning or afternoon, or what is it over there? So, Lady Charm, how are you this morning?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Very well. Thanks for asking.
I was listening to today's the book reading, and I was saying, first of all, I know a lot of people always say, but I just have to keep on commenting. And I just said, I really thank God for happenstance, as I was just going through YouTube one of those random days, and I found your channel. Because if I didn't find your channel, right, I don't think I would have ever come across this book. I mean, I have books about Nigeria. I have books about Biafra and things like that. But there are certain books that you just never, unless you know some people or you have some people in your circle, you never just come across.
Books like this, there are many books like this way, right? They are better recommended. You can't go shopping for books. You're likely just going to stumble on them or never really touch them. But they are really, really good accounts of what Nigeria is or was that we need to tell ourselves.
So I mean, and I think I've been subscribed for almost a year now, and I think in the course of our discussions, I've said to you, if you can remember, was that we don't have any heroes past, and I said that not even knowing about this book and the documentations that have gone on inside this book, and now we understand that Azikiwe was a useful idiot. He was compromised, right?
From the word go, unfortunately.
Oh yes, unfortunately from the word go, and I don't understand what it is about people. You rather be used and abused and compromise the generations after you because you don't want to go to jail, which is a just reward for your actions, for your own failings. Do you understand what I'm saying? He would rather lead us down this path that we're on, so that he can keep a supposed good name that he doesn't actually have.
It's unfortunate. And somebody who was part of the black movement in America as a student, as a staff, and all that. That was supposed to be a great experience on his part. And Americans just freed themselves from the US, from the British as well. That should about anyway. Again, we know what happened. We know why he had to do what he had to do. unfortunately.
What I understand is that as long as you're doing well, if you're a black person, maybe even a Nigerian, you're doing well, their eyes will always be on you. What they want is for you to falter. When you falter, then you belong to them.
Hold you.
And when you belong to them, they can use you, which is what they've done. I understand what Martinelli is saying, that they look at us as, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with any of that. Simply because when you are compromised, you fit perfectly into their plan. Because we have this compromised people like Tinubu and the rest, it allows them to keep on using the same strategy, to keep on working up the same plan. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not about, oh, we're so stupid, or we're just ignorant or whatever. No, it's not about that. It's just because we have, unfortunately, an endless supply of corrupt individuals. Right? People like Tinubu come in, they don't make anything better. They're not going to elect people. They're not going to partner with people who are not as corrupt as they are. So they will always have people that with compromised, that already compromised, that they can use. You understand? That they can use to continue their agenda they have for Nigeria. Now,
I mean, did you hear that part where they said it was intentional to make sure that crooks, questionable people of questionable characters, are those that they will select to hand over the country.
When you have them, that statement, that the intentionality of their purpose is to ensure that they have people who are criminals, right? Who they can use to continue to perpetuate their own plan.
Yes.
So it's not about nothing has changed. Basically, they've always just made sure that they always have
just the individuals responsible change, and the prime minister, UK prime ministers, and the politicians have changed, and Nigerian criminals representing them also. Meeting them have also changed. So when you begin to change put the names of these ones there today into this book, they will fit into that story perfectly.
Exactly, they fit into the. So I have so many things that you were, when you were reading, I was writing. So first of all, our education is compromised, right? So we don't have, even if you start a new country and a new whatever, you need to revamp your whole education and rework it in a way that actually suits your people, so that one, they are kept informed, they are not lied to, because we've been lied to. Imagine we're all celebrating Azikiwe and everything. Look at it today. Today I'm now hearing and reading that he was a corrupt, compromised individual who led our people.
Look, hang on. Is it today that you are hearing the details? Or sorry, is it when we are reading this book now that you are hearing the full details? Because it's not hidden, but it's just that, to me, this is the first time I'm reading the full details.
I disagree that you say that it's not hidden, because as far as we knew, even when they were doing the 10 naira note, they were still talking about, he's on one of the notes.
500 naira note, he's
on the 500 naira note. Now, if you say that this knowledge is not hidden, why would you promote such a person and such an individual on that note? That note immortalizes him, does it not? That note gives the people the impression that this is a man that we look up to, does it not? So if you're saying that, we didn't, I didn't know about this, and I tell you that millions of people in Nigeria do not know that this man was a compromised person, and he was part of the problem that we had as a people.
Well, that makes sense. But what I'm trying to actually bring out is that, Nigeria is a place where criminals are rewarded anyway, right? And for what we heard, it's been very useful to the northern dominance of power in Nigeria, right? And somehow, no matter what else he did or what have you, right? To them, who decides whose face goes into the billboard, or goes onto the building, or whose face goes onto the note, the northerners, Abi. So they could be rewarding him in that way. I'm saying that there were actually stories of his business being bankrupted, and the British, maybe not you, but me, I've heard it before. It was not just a major thing. It wasn't a major thing.
It might be easy for you to have heard it before because of